Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're in Aoyama, one of the most beautiful and idyllic neighborhoods in Tokyo, to visit a boutique of a very special store. Today we're visiting Kurono Tokyo. Okay, first, what is Kurono Tokyo? Kurono is an independent Japanese watch brand founded by Hajime Asaoka, the most famous Japanese watchmaker of our times. In 2009, he created the first fully made-in-Japan tourbillon, making him sort of a superstar in the world of horology. He's often credited with ushering the renaissance of Japanese independent watchmaking, but his high-end bespoke pieces cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So in 2019, he founded Kurono Tokyo to be able to offer a signature Japanese art-deco style at more affordable prices. And since then, it has been an outstanding success. They have received incredible praise by critics, but more importantly, their watches are loved by collectors and always in demand, selling out at every launch. There are a few different eras that we're going to explore. The earliest Kuronos were the dressy art deco pieces that made the brand famous, but in 2020 they also started making chronographs. I was actually really close to buying one of these myself in 2022, but a small hesitation while paying made me miss out. Don't be like me. If you want it and can afford it, don't hesitate. More recently, the brand has started experimenting even more by producing watches like this modular 2-in-1 dress diver and by including stones like malachite and meteorite. Today, I'm here at their boutique in Aoyama in central Tokyo. It is a really beautiful space designed by Mr. Asaoka himself. It is here at the almost launch events and where you can try all of their watches. So let's get to it. Let's try on and rate every Kurono Tokyo watch ever made. This is the Kurono Tokyo Mori, a beautiful art deco time-only dress watch with a metallic green dial. It was nominated for the 2020 GPHG Challenge Prize for the best watch in the world under $3,000, and it also comes in copper with the Toki and celadon lacquer with the Seiji. There are also two colors variants, such as the Earth Tone Reiwa and the Black Teal 2024 Reiwa. These were the watches that brought Kurono Tokyo to international stardom, and I think they are the pieces that best represent the brand. They incorporate elements of Hajime Asaoka's high-end custom pieces, such as the minute track of the tsunami and the three concentric circles of the tourbillon. It is a simple but eye-catching watch, featuring a 37mm stainless steel case and powered by an automatic Miyota 90S5 movement. These models retail for around $1,800, but they're now trading on the secondary market for $2,500 to $3,500. I really like them. I would love to date the green Mori or one of the two Reiwas. They are well proportioned, functional and unique, so we'll give them an 8.5 out of 10. This is the Kurono Tokyo Grand Urushi Aoyama, a Tokyo boutique exclusive showcasing a colorful Urushi lacquer dial with no markers from 2023. It came in three variants: bright red, vivid green and a more quiet brown. There were also previous versions with numerals, the 2020 Grand Akane, the 2022 Grand Mori and the 2022 Grand Agane with traditional kanji markers. There are two things that make these watches special. First, they have unique dial patterns created through multiple chemical processes. Secondly, the dials have been sealed with hand-applied Urushi lacquer. This traditional Japanese lacquer is made from the filtered sap of a tree, and it will remain shiny through the years while slightly changing in warmth and tone based on UV exposure. They're all housed in a 37mm stainless steel case and powered by an automatic Miyota 90S5 movement. The Grand Urushi Aoyamas originally retailed for $2,600 each, while the Grand models with numerals for $3,150. But these days they trade for between $3,500 and $4,500 on the grey market. Even as simple time-only watches, these models are a bit more expensive due to the artistry required to make the dials, and I think they're absolutely stunning. There is nothing quite like it out there, particularly the red plain one. I will rate this 9 out of 10. This is the Kurono Tokyo 34mm, a small time-only watch with so many dial options. The 2022 had Arabic numerals, the 2023 hour indices, the 2024 Breguet numerals, and the 2025 an Art Deco star dial. The brand remakes this model every year with different indices and in multiple colorways, as Hajime Asaoka stated that this is his favorite size. Their defining characteristic is the 34mm stainless steel case. Small watches were not really popular when this first launched in 2022, but since then they have definitely been on the up, both in the vintage and new markets. They all have blue luminescent hands and they are powered by an automatic Miyota 90S5 movement. The 34mm is the cheapest Kurono Tokyo, with a retail price of $1,100, but it now trades between $3,000 and $4,000 in the secondary market. That's a big premium. Too much for me to stomach, honestly. I think the 34mm line is really fun, but almost a bit too playful. I really like the size, but it lacks some of the gravitas and sexiness of Kurono's other models. There are so many that it is hard to give a rating for them all, but for me, it is a 6.5 out of 10. This is the 2026 Kurono Tokyo Inseki, an unusually elegant meteorite dress watch with custom brigade numerals over white lacquer. Every meteorite disc is unique and selected by Hajime Asaoka himself. Recently, they also made a malachite version of this with kanji zodiac script as markers, but it was not yet available when I visited. Meteorite on a dress watch is a bold move, one that could have very easily backfired. It is generally a casual material, often seen in sport watches, but I think Kurono pulls it off here. It has a nice grayscale color scheme that gives it a stealth look. Maybe it would have worked even better without the red accents and with silver numerals, but I am nitpicking. The watch measures 37mm and it is powered by an automatic Miyota 90S5 movement. At release in early 2026, the Inseki cost $1,850, but is now going for around $4,500 on the grey market. That's too high, but I do like this watch. Kurono took a big risk and they delivered a surprisingly cohesive design. I'm excited to see what else they will come up with in this line. For now, I will give the Inseki a solid 7.5 out of 10. This is the 2024 Kurono Tokyo Sensu NOS, the first guilloche dial from the brand, available in both bright blue and in cream. These dials have a subtle Clou de Paris texture and a power reserve pattern that replicates a Sensu, the traditional Japanese fan. They also made a teal version, the 2025 Sensu EOL. This model has a chrysanthemum guilloche pattern radiating outwards from the center of the dial. Stunning. These models were made using modified Citizen 9133 and 9134 movements that have been discontinued. At 38mm, they're a bit larger than most Kuronos, but I think they work quite well on the wrist. However, the star of the show is the dial, in particular the two bright blue ones with the kanji hour markers. The teal one even has a little black cabochon on the crown as a celebration of Hajime Asaoka's 60th birthday. The Sensu retailed for $2,200, but now trades for around $5,000. People really love these models. They have the perfect amount of traditional Japanese elements while still looking modern and serious. I really like them too. I give them a 7.5 out of 10. This is the 2022 Kurono Tokyo Calendrier Type 1, a stunning triple calendar with an interesting olive dial, Gothic numerals, and a coinage bezel. The 2023 version came in a stunning deep maroon, and there is also the 2025 Grand Jubilee calendar, a special edition made for Hajime Asaoka's 60th birthday, with a guilloche salmon dial, Arabic numerals, and a gold medallion on the back. The custom Gothic numerals on these are really something. I'm not sure they fit the art-deco style Kurono is famous for, but in a vacuum, they're really sexy. The coinage also had a certain vintage je ne sais quoi. I really love the maroon dial. Hope they'll use it on other models soon. My only knock on this model is the unmatched white date wheel. It stands out a bit too much for me, but this is a pet peeve of mine. These are all housed in stainless steel 38mm cases and powered by Miyota 9122 movements. At retail, these went for approximately $2,300, while now they go for $3,500 to $4,500 on the secondary market. I don't think these represent the style I love from Kurono, but they're cool. They could almost be a new Gothic sub-brand. 8 out of 10. This is the 2020 Kurono Tokyo Chronograph, an art-deco bicompax chronograph with a very elegant sector dial. It has been remade every year in different colorways. 2021, warm grey dial with orange accent. 2022, white dial with red accents. 2023, silver and textured jade. In 2024, we had two versions, a black and copper one, and white, black and orange with Gothic numerals, and finally in 2025, a special edition, bright orange with black subdials. This was Kurono's first complication. They're quite dressy for being chronographs, but they work really well. The dials are very well designed and balanced, not too simple, not too busy. They're housed in a 38mm stainless steel case that is honestly a bit thick for my liking, but nothing crazy for a chronograph. Inside, they're powered by different high-end Seiko movements. These chronographs retail for around $3,500, give or take, and now resell around $4,000 to $5,000, depending on the model. A bit of a premium, but not as much as for other Kuronos. I've always liked this. My favorites were the first three, but I do enjoy seeing the new ones every year. I still prefer their time-only pieces, but these are also beautiful in their own way. 8 out of 10. This is the 2023 Kurono Tokyo GMT1, the first and only GMT made by Kurono. This true GMT has a black dial with a crimson inner 24-hour scale and a red GMT arrow. It also has a bidirectional 24-hour bezel that even allows you to track a third time zone. Asaoka designed this watch to be a dressier GMT option, as he noted these usually sporty pieces were generally worn by office workers, and in 2023, this design was nominated for the GPHG Challenge Prize for the best watch of the year under $3,000. The stainless steel case measures 38mm and it is powered by an automatic Miyota 9075 movement. The GMT1 retailed for $2,250, but at the moment they're sold out everywhere. I really like the colors and concept behind this watch, but personally I think it lacks the Japanese art deco edge that makes Kurono special. I would love to see it with brigade numerals. For now, it's a 6.5 out of 10. This is the 2026 Kurono Tokyo Divers, a very unconventional watch. It is a 2-in-1. It's a diver, but it can transform into a dress watch thanks to a unique modular design. The waterproof case can be removed with a tool to reveal a small, elegant, cushion-shaped head. Attach the quick-release leather strap, and in a few seconds you have a whole new watch. This is a really cool concept. It could be your one and done for every occasion. It has a clean white dial with blue cathedral hands. The stainless steel diver case is quite large at 46mm, but it is only 13.5mm thick, with a beautiful red unidirectional bezel to time your dives. The dress watch case, on the other hand, also in stainless steel, is only 35mm wide and 9mm thick, quite classy on the wrist. The Kurono Tokyo Divers originally retailed for $2,700, but it now starts at $3,300 on the grey market, so not too big of a premium. Conceptually, I want to love this watch. It's fun and innovative. However, as a watch collector, I have to be honest with myself. I have so many watches already, each one perfect for a specific occasion. Do I really need one that solves a problem I don't have? Probably not. I'm just not the target customer for this, so for me, this is a 6 out of 10. Now, let's talk a bit about what I love and don't love about Kurono Tokyo. What makes Kurono Tokyo's watches really special is their design. There is something really elevated about the unique design language of Hajime Asaoka. It is art deco, but also modern. It is classic horology, but with traditional Japanese elements. It might not be for everybody, but there is no other brand creating watches with such a mix of design philosophies. My favorites are their dress watches, in particular the Grand Urushi and Mori series. I would very happily wear this every day, simple and eye-catching. The chronographs are also well executed, although a bit too thick. The Calendrier and Sensu are really interesting too. I'm not the biggest fan of the Diver and GMT. They're fun and interesting, but they don't give me what I want from a Kurono piece. I think Kurono's biggest strength is definitely their beauty. It is hard to compare them to other brands because in a way they're a design-first watch brand. And this is the most common critique of Kurono. The Miyota and Seiko movements that power them are somewhat subpar for their retail price. I both agree and disagree with this. On one hand, yes, $3,500 for a Seiko NE86 power watch is a lot, without a doubt. On the other, these are reliable and serviceable movements that will be easy to take care of for decades, more than if they were to develop their own in-house movement. What you're really paying for is their beautiful design. You're paying for access to Hajime Asaoka's aesthetic at mid-market prices. Is this trade-off worth it? It is for me, but it really depends on you. Do you care more about specs and values or aesthetics and uniqueness? Let me know in the comments below. But now, how do you buy a Kurono Tokyo? Unfortunately, it is not that easy. All previous releases are sold out and will not be made again. Even here at the boutique, all the models we have seen and tried are just for exhibition. The only way to get one is by buying new releases through their website. They launch new models a few times a year, so make sure to subscribe to their newsletter and socials to keep up to date. While the first models sold out in seconds as they were limited productions, most of the new ones are only time limited, so as long as you place your order during the purchasing windows, you will get one. But if you really want one of the models we have seen together, there is still hope, although an expensive one. You can still get them through the grey market. Now, they go for big premiums, often 2 to 3 times retail, but if you miss the original release, this is the only way to get one. Personally, I'm generally against paying above retail. It encourages scalpers, so I try to avoid it. And honestly, before making this video, I thought the secondary market for Kurono had normalized a bit, but I now see they're still quite hot. I think it is best to wait and buy directly from the brand if you can. Overall, I find Kurono a really interesting brand. I don't have one yet, but I'm planning to get one eventually. Maybe it will be a Grand Urushi or a Mori if the price on this ever goes down enough. Or maybe it will be a new release, I don't even know yet. I'll keep you posted.
ありがとうございます。ぜひ青山サロンにお越しください。